with his head all over the place. I thought, can I face that? Am I strong enough to face it? And I didn't think I was. So
Tyson Fury has responded to his father's comments after his loss. Long before the build-up to this fight, John Fury has been playing a role unfamiliar to both himself and everyone. He had been uncharacteristically quiet and absent, and when it was time for press conferences and media duties, John was nowhere to be seen. It was clear the guilt and shame from his son's first loss was overwhelming him. However, it's grown worse now.
excuse me.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's back.
Rather than get ashamed himself, he has gone ahead to shame those that forced him it of his son's corner. Well, all of these happened before the fight, and it's quite expected. Perhaps Tyson Fury and his coaches had told him to stay off, hoping his absence will bring them the victory they had hoped for. Well, he stayed away, and the result was even worse.
All to the winner by unanimous decision. Still undefeated, still...
Hence, his first action was to troll his son's coaches and other boxing professionals who had been calling for his head since the incident in May. They forced him out of his son's corner, yet he couldn't get the desired victory. Responding to his father, Tyson Fury claimed no one kicked his father out of his corner. The only issue was the fact that he had traveled to Malta and hadn't spoken to anyone all through his training camp. Fury was beaten in a tough and devastating defeat by Usyk in their initial undisputed title clash in May. His dad formed part of his corner alongside trainers Andy Lee and Sugar Hill Stewart, where he screamed words of advice at his son during the bout.
Here tomorrow night?
I'm not sure. Maybe. I haven't really spoken to him, Dad, to be honest, though.
Unfortunately, it didn't help him overturn the fine margins of defeat, and there was widespread criticism over his approach to being so close to his son's camp. Fast forward 6 months, and Fury SR was not seen publicly at any of the media events for the heavyweight sequel, including the press conference and open workouts. He had caused havoc in the build-up to their illustrious first meeting, having headbutted a member of Usyk's team, so his presence was noticeable this time around. And as the Middle East sequel unfolded in the Saudi capital, the famous father was nowhere to be seen. Fury SR was not in the corner, having been taken away from it in order to allow Stewart to be the main focus.
I presume so, but we'll see tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see tomorrow. I take it that means he's not in the corner, or I suppose we just don't know.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
And he wasn't seen publicly ringside, with other members of Fury's family present, including brother Tommy and wife Paris. They witnessed Tyson fall to a second defeat to the magnificent Ukrainian, who outboxed him once more for a unanimous decision triumph. Many had suggested Fury SR was a distracting presence in the heavyweight's corner in his last encounter. He narrowly came up short by split decision, and he felt he had done enough to win, acting on the advice of his corner.
Talk to your wife or your children for the last 3 months.
True.
You are really concentrating on this match.
For sure, I won the victory very bad.
But his noticeable absence was one that was clearly premeditated, given Fury had taken time away from his family. The British heavyweight spent months in a training camp in Malta and cut off all communication with his household, including his wife Paris. When asked about the conditions, including his relationship with his father, Fury had responded, "Like I say, I've not spoken to anybody. Shane's been with me the whole camp. We've had 60 days together, each other's company, killing each other. He's called me more useless things than ever before. Huey came over 2 weeks ago, and that's it."
You can be a part of them all this time for the match.
It's difficult, but a man's got to do what a man's got to do.
Do you think that he will...
I've not spoken to anybody. When I say I've not spoken to anybody, I really haven't spoken to anybody. Just been focused on the fight and doing my job, being in camp. I was in Malta. It was decent weather, dry, we had good facilities and stuff, and literally, I went to the gym in the morning, came back, had my food, went to the gym in the evening, came back and had my food. Then I'd watch TV, went to bed, got to bed early, woke up early, and the only time we left was to go to the gym or we went to the church on a Sunday. That was it.
He will be furious, he will be angry.
Who, Alexander?
Yes, Usyk.
No, he won't be furious. He'll be okay.
You will be furious.
Interestingly, this was Tyson Fury's response to his father's claims. And while the whole world turned against John Fury, there were a few people who chose to stand by him. Many in the boxing community blamed a portion of the loss on Fury's father, John Fury, because of the chaos that one man had created in the corner during the fight. People claimed that John's screams may have confused Fury, leaving him scatterbrained during the fight. This resulted in announcements revealing Big John won't be part of the corner team this time around. With mere hours left in the fight, one of UFC's greatest trash talkers, Chael Sonnen, the man who trash talked his way into a title fight against Anderson Silva, has tried to defend John Fury and his actions in the lead up to the previous fight against Usyk. Tyson Fury has left behind the old man, Sonnen said.
Tyson Fury, see, I thought he was better than this. I used to view Tyson like as a fellow genius. That's how I would talk about him. I appreciate.
He's a drinker, but I haven't seen evidence that he's a drunk, Sonnen added. I haven't heard evidence like the old man goes out on a nightly basis and ties one on, or even if he's at home alone, he ties one on. Notably, John Fury's antics before his son's fights have been on display for fans to watch. Sonnen suggested the potential reason behind John's absence in the rematch is because he is no longer comfortable causing his usual antics. Explaining Fury Sr.'s newfound reluctance to be the center of attention, Sonnen stated, "I do have fact and evidence that when he goes out to perform because he is not comfortable ripping his shirt off and screaming at kids half his age, he's not comfortable pounding his chest."
Tyson Fury a lot. I appreciate the boxer. I'm grateful for the entertainer. The entertainment side of Tyson is something that I feel people should say thank you for. It's not included in your purchase. It's in your pay-per-view buy. Now he's in a back and forth with John Jones. If John...
Before the first fight between Usyk and Fury in May, John had headbutted a member of Usyk's team, which left Tyson Fury's father bleeding from his forehead. Regardless, Sonnen feels that John does such things to put on a show, which will create interest and bring eyes to his son's fights. He just knows the importance and the success that those things can bring to his sons, Sonnen explained. He's just trying to serve his sons. So on those occasions, many times he'll have some shots before he goes into the performance, Sonnen claimed in his YouTube video. While Sonnen tries to justify John Fury's actions, Tyson Fury has shared an update on his relationship with his father in the lead up to the rematch. Tyson Fury has revealed he hasn't spoken to his father, John Fury, in the lead up to his highly anticipated rematch with Alexander Usyk. The Gypsy King, who has spent 3 months in isolation at a Malta training camp, explained his intense focus on clinching the WBA, WBO, and WBC heavyweight titles.
Before he takes him down and beats him up. The difference is, while they're standing, even for those brief exchanges, much like he did with Cyril Gane, John will beat you up there too. John will beat you up in every single position. But if you're...
Like I say, I've not spoken to anybody, Tyson Fury revealed. Shane's been with me the whole camp. Huey came over 2 weeks ago, and that's it. I've not spoken to anybody. John Fury, who caused controversy during the first fight's buildup, won't be in his son's corner this time around. Instead, Andy Lee and Sugar Hill Stewart will take full charge of his corner. Fury's trainer, Sugar Hill Stewart, chuckled when he was questioned. "It was a little workout. We gave it our best," Stewart said, underlining how little all involved care for this section of the promotional duties. "Tyson Fury is just ready right now, along with myself. He's always had a silly demeanor and playing around, but this is a different side of him. He's just ready, 100% ready."
Tried to have a fighter come in at a certain weight. I only want him to weigh whatever makes him perform the best. That's it. Is that it?
Trainers and fighters rarely stray below 100% when discussing how ready they are before a big fight. Sometimes they go as high as 110%, and even 1,000,000% has been known, but again, not a lot to read here. The absence of Fury's father, which has long been presumed, was today all but confirmed by Stewart when he said the Tyson corner would consist of just himself, Andy Lee, and the Cutman. During the points loss to Usyk in May, Fury found himself being bombarded with advice. Though never used as an excuse, it would appear, presuming the Cutman isn't John Fury, the Englishman has taken steps to avoid such chaos again.
That's it, and that's simple for me. Heavyweight is no weight limit, so other weight divisions, they have to stay comfortable. They have to train at a certain...
Asked what will be different from effectively the 13th round, Fury said, "I'm going to knock him out as promised." Usyk, spruce in a tailored purple suit with a dramatic white sash, responded, "It's in God's hands, but I think I will win again." Precious few fans of either fighter were in a smattering of a crowd. We shall see if many more make the trek from both sides of Europe later in this Christmas week. Fury is claimed to have rewatched their first bout 100 times and will be making some adjustments in a bid to cause Usyk's first defeat of his career in their Riyadh showdown.
Still Samson.
A lot of hurt.
Is that the just ongoing motto for this weekend?
Hurt.
Fury has maintained that he was actually the victor from the first fight and claims that he wasn't focused, something he is keen to put right this time. "I need to be more focused this time and not do as much showboating," he said via GB News. "That's how easy it was for me, and you can get complacent. I don't believe the showboating cost me the fight, but I need to be more focused this time and not do as much."
But knockout, no difficulty, no. Easy. Easy work. Really.
Alexander.
Easy. He ain't no Alexander. I'm Alexander.
How do you prepare for this fight?
Go be it.
Regardless, the assistant trainer believes Sugar Hill should have been the only voice in Fury's corner that night. "There were a lot of voices in the corner. We were in a dire situation and had to get him back to himself," said Lee.
Wrong in the corner on that night.
Nothing went wrong in the corner. Nothing. What went wrong?
It seemed on the TV. It seemed like chaos.
No, it wasn't chaos. You got a dad in the corner, and who John was saying a lot of good things.
His dad was giving him great advice, I thought, but he's also a dad, and that's his son. Suga should have been the only voice, and he will be the only voice in the next fight. Despite the mishap that could be a contributing factor behind Tyson Fury's loss, the heavyweight has made no changes in his corner, sticking to Lee and longtime trainer Sugar Hill. A lot of guys would have looked for an excuse, blamed it on the team, but he's not changing his team. Hopefully, it works out for him, Lee told Boxing Scene. Fury is slated to lock horns with Usyk at the same venue on December 21st. However, they won't be fighting for the IBF title, which Alexander Usyk relinquished following his win. This means only the WBC, WBA, and WBO titles are up for grabs. Meanwhile, Hatton revealed how Fury's corner can avoid repeating the mishap in the rematch.
He was giving good advice, but he's also come from a perspective of a dad who's watching his son in a fight. And then you've got Sugar Hill, who is always the main voice in the corner, who Tyson listens to anyway.
Speaking on the corner debacle in May, Ricky Hatton proposed that Fury's cornermen can talk to each other during the 3 minutes of a round. However, when Fury comes to his corner during the breaks, they will have to be quick and concise with what they say, noting, "You've got to get the message around effectively, so you need one voice delivering it." Turning to a prediction for the bout, Hatton seemed reluctant given the neck-to-neck battle between the two boxers last time around.
And they have their shorthand of phrases and things they work on during the gym that they know, that Tyson understands what Sugar's saying.
"I still think it's going to be a toss of the coin in which way the fight goes and who will win," Hatton said. However, the 46-year-old feels that if Fury uses his physical attributes better, he will have a better chance of winning, especially since the whole corner fiasco is settled. With that said, Tyson Fury and his team seem determined not to repeat what happened in the corner during the May fight. It appears the Gypsy King has finally paid heed to that advice, as Andy Lee from Fury's training team told Boxing Scene that there will just be one voice in his corner in the upcoming bout.
Sugar knows what Tyson's like. Tyson will understand what Sugar says if nobody else does, in terms of the phrases he uses. My input was
Tyson Fury's coach has confirmed that the Gypsy King's father, John Fury, will not be in the corner for this weekend's World Heavyweight title showdown with Alexander Usyk. Fury Senior faced heavy criticism for his behavior before and during Fury's opening bout with Usyk back in May, which the latter won by split decision. The hot-headed 59-year-old, a former professional boxer himself, was left bloodied after headbutting a member of Usyk's camp during a pre-fight scuffle, with videos of the incident going viral on social media.
Serious hurt.
I know we're in the last stretch, so are you basically done with all the chit-chat, the talking, the back and forth?
A lot of damage.
And while Saudi authorities decided to draw a line under the episode, there have been calls for Fury SNR to be removed from his son's entourage to give the British fighter the best possible chance of victory on Saturday night. Both Tyson Fury and Usyk took part in a media workout in front of the cameras in Riyadh this evening, and Fury SNR was nowhere to be seen, just 3 days out from the main event. Sugar Hill Stewart, Fury's head trainer, went on to confirm that Fury SNR would not be part of their camp, explaining, "Tyson is just ready right now, along with myself. He always has a silly demeanor, playing around, but this is a different side of him, and he is 100% ready."
Okay, so there you go. Thank you very much. It was a great workout. Look at all these people that came to see you. So for a lot of damage. Thank you.
Pressed on who exactly will be in the corner, Stewart replied, "Just myself, Andy Lee, and the cut man? Pretty much that's it." Earlier this week, Tyson remained coy when asked whether his father would be joining him in his corner. "I don't know. I don't get involved in all that stuff," the 36-year-old responded. "I just go to the gym, train and fight, get paid, go home. That's what I have always done." Andy Lee, Tyson's assistant trainer, meanwhile, has admitted there were perhaps too many cooks in the Brit's corner during his opening loss to Usyk. "Who knows what will happen? I don't," he told the media.
Round 11, round 12, you have to win the last 2 rounds. And I had to say that because I knew Tyson was down on the cards. And I had to say that.
Was that the instruction given from everyone going into the last 2 rounds?
Last time the corner was hectic, especially towards the end of the fight. There were 3 different voices in there, Sugar Hill, John, and me. I can understand from a dad's point of view, he was trying to protect his son, but Sugar Hill was trying to win the fight. I was told Tyson was 2 rounds down and I had to communicate that to him. Some even claimed Fury's father had been a hindrance to him during the first fight, rather than a help as he sought to overcome Usyk. Fans suggested that his presence distracted from tactical advice being offered by his coach Andy Lee and trainer Sugar Hill Stewart, costing his son the fight.
I don't think we're ever going to hear John Fury say those words again. John Fury was screaming over the top of Sugar Lee, right? So your corner is sitting there getting conflicting advice.
One fan wrote, Fury's corner consisted of 2 incredibly intelligent boxing people in Sugar Hill, and Andy Lee trying to impart some astute tactical game plan, only to be repeatedly drowned out by John Fury shouting, "Use the jab, we're fighting men." John Fury shouldn't be anywhere near this, constantly talking to 2 guys who actually know what they are talking about, another added. One thing is certain though, Tyson Fury needs to keep John Fury out of the training camp, the build-up, and especially out of his corner for the next fight.
Don't be afraid to slide in. Slide in. Quit pulling back or you're getting caught. Box now, move. Win these 2 rounds. Go.
You need a cool, calm, collected corner.
The man is a huge hindrance and distraction to the team as a whole, claimed a third. A clip had shown Stewart offering Fury advice ahead of the final 2 rounds of the fight, saying, "Don't cross your goddamn legs, be ready to punch," before adding, "Don't be afraid to slide in, quit pulling back or you'll get caught." John Fury could also be heard offering advice to his son, repeatedly saying, light punches, light punches.
The corner work for 60 seconds in a situation where the stakes are so high is absolutely vital. A lot of the time, they don't need to tell them how to box.
He was also heard talking over Stewart, telling Fury to box and move, while Fury was told by his corner that he was winning the fight. Judging by John's prior comments, he was likely quite surprised by the outcome of the bout. 1 round is undisputed. On the heels of the fight, Tyson reaffirmed that his team told him that he'd done enough in the 12 rounds to win.
For the good fight. It was a close fight, you know. I believed, I thought I did enough, but, you know, I'm not a judge. I can't judge a fight while I'm boxing it. You know, if they were...
I thank Alexander for the good fight. It was a close fight, but I thought I did enough, he said during the post-fight press conference. I'm not a judge, and I can't judge a fight while I'm boxing it. If they'd said to me before the last round that I was down, I would have gone and tried to finish it, but everyone in the corner believed we were up. All I had to do was just keep boxing and keep doing what I was doing, and I was getting it. Fury, who is built like a barn door, had a professional boxing career spanning 8 years, from 1987 to 1995, and had 13 bouts. But there were bare-knuckle fights too.
Arabia, nobody could ever put this fight on except Turkey, El Sheikh in the great kingdom of Saudi. And we're all here, we're enjoying it. And I can't express how much I enjoy this country, the people, and I just want to be like them. I want to be like the Saudis, because the worst man in Saudi is better than John Fury. There you are.
He has an unbridled passion around his sons when they are in camp, whether it be Tyson or Tommy. the letter a fledgling fighter who came to prominence after a stint on the reality television series Love Island. And that's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality contents like this. Until next time, peace out.